Testing, testing. Is this coming through now? Testing, testing. Okay. Is the Discord chat picking up now? Testing, testing. Okay. Is the Discord chat picking up now? Okay, sorry, we're just getting the audio set up again. This happened last time as well, unfortunately. Balder, can you try talking?
I hear both of you in Discord.
Yeah, it seems to be working okay in Discord. Just not... Okay, I've got my volume turned pretty much up as high as it'll go. Okay, Balder, can you try talking again? I'm getting nothing on the desktop audio. Yeah, yeah. Okay, I'm going to delete the audio source and we're going to try this again. Audio output capture. Default device. Just going to try and make my computer make a noise. Be great if the volume pop-up would happen. No? Okay. Yeah. My volume pop-up just isn't opening, so that's cool. I guess I'll just run the game and see what happens, see if that picks up. Okay, I'm actually seeing that now. Is the game audio coming through on YouTube? Okay, Doom said yeah. Okay. What about the Discord audio, Doom? I think it might be because it's coming through my headset. So if I switch this over to there. Okay, can you try talking again?
Round 3.
Okay, I'm seeing that on the audio capture monitor now. Just gonna wait for Discord to reply, or for Doom to reply, rather.
Alright. Alright, looks like you fixed it.
Okay, cool. I guess every time we start this, we're just gonna have to fix the audio.
Streaming and streaming-related things.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, to repeat the spiel from before we got the audio working, we're going to start off by doing a little bit of work on the automated tests that Balder's been working on. where we're basically working on a testing harness to automate the control of the game. This will let us do things like, well, whenever we make changes to the code, we have to get people to manually go in and test a whole bunch of stuff to make sure that I didn't break everything. The automated testing will kind of just do that on its own. So that'll be a huge burden off of a lot of random people. So Balder, you're using IntelliJ?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so we can actually do a remote coding session. So I can actually like connect to your IDE.
That's cool. All right, there's a reason I pay for this, huh? I thought about buying PyCharm too, honestly, because this is so much nicer than VS Code. But
Yeah. Seriously, nothing even touches these IDEs. All the JetBrains stuff is great.
yeah, it's wild. Definitely worth the money. But so I got some like experimental code in here that's like we're not gonna be looking at, but luckily it's in like different classes. So I'm just loading it up right now, but you'll have to tell me how to do the remote thing.
Yeah. So right up at the top bar, right beside where like the play button is and stuff, the left side of that group of icons, there's a code with me icon, and you can just click on that and click start session.
Okay. Just almost in. You're the freaking 12th Gen i7, and it still takes forever.
Yeah, it doesn't help that a lot of the main game code is just based on the assembly layout, and some of them have
Yeah.
over 10,000 lines of code. So.
Oh, yeah, just 10,000.
Yeah.
All right. So you said to the right, or the left of the play button?
Yep. There's like a person with another person behind them.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not seeing that. Maybe I'll look at your screen.
Yeah. So
Oh,
I've
yeah,
got the.
I don't have the icon there, so do I have to enable that?
That's a good question.
Let me see if there's like a views or something.
If you double tap Shift, you can open up the Omnibox and just type code with me.
There we go. Yep. Code with me. Oh, there it is. Okay. Code with me on. Okay. I'm in the settings for it.
All right. You should be able to start a session, and I'm not sure exactly how you share that, but I'm sure it'll tell you.
Okay. Okay. That didn't do anything. Oops, there are actions. Okay, that's not doing it. It's always this stuff that's the hard shit.
Of course.
Code.
Yeah.
I'm just going through the menus now. The code with me and the Omni menu just pulls up like turning it on and off basically.
Gotcha.
Tools.
Yeah, this is what I've been working on today. So the game uses actually 3 different systems for animations for whatever reason. Nothing in this game makes any sense, and everything is way more complicated than it needs to be. So they got these files called defs, I guess it's Dragoon effect or something like that. So that's kind of one of the final like big unknown file formats. It's another container format that holds models, sprites, animations, all kinds of stuff. So I've been working on that for the past couple of days. trying to really dig in and figure that out. That's going to be that'll be good for the major visual issues in combat, because a lot of those remaining, like, characters falling apart, bosses breakdancing on the floor, all that stuff is just related to bugs in the def handling code. So properly reverse engineering that will make it a lot easier to track those down.
I think it's a plugin. Maybe that's what it is.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm checking right now.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I've only used it once. Oh, that's the marketplace. Yeah, it is a plugin. I think it's bundled by default, but maybe you have to enable it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But when I go in there, it just it gives me the color scheme.
The color scheme?
Yeah, it's like under color scheme. There's a setting for code with me, but like an actual. It's
Oh, you might have to go. You have to go to the plugins section.
Yeah.
I've got it up on my screen here now.
Okay, yeah. I see. So I'm on that screen. It doesn't. Okay, so
I'll fire up a screen share on Discord as well, so that you can see my screen in low latency.
try this again. Oh, is it with that code together? Is it?
No, it should be called Code with Me. You might have to look under the installed. It might be installed already and just disabled.
That's what I. Yeah, I looked in that place first. Nothing. Marketplace.
Apparently it's enabled by default.
So, because I haven't done anything to this IDE besides. Plugins on host. Maybe this. Oh, there it is. Okay. Disabled. It's enabled. Pay for the separate, or does it come with it?
As far as I know, it comes with it.
I mean, I'll pay for it now if I have to, but yeah. Yeah, so it says they're bundled and enabled. So I don't know what else I would do to load this then. Okay, okay, tool windows.
So what do you get when you open the Omnibox and type Code with Me?
So it gives me that appearance setting, which is kind of worthless, and then the other ones are show code with me wire stats, that's on, show code with me zip log, GitHub Copilot, and then code method separator color. And that's under all.
You don't see this here?
under tools. Try again. Now, that's the weird thing. I wonder, does it support WSL? Is that the problem?
That's a good question. Are you running on Linux?
I guess I could not
Hmm.
be on that.
Okay, one sec. I'm just gonna Google that real quick. I'm sure that everyone's loving watching this. I mean, it shouldn't affect anything because I mean it's running on Java. It's pretty much the same IDE across the board.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I'm not seeing anything related to that.
This has got to be like the most stupid thing too.
It always is.
Right.
Hey John. Hey Tori. Hello Ryuzaki. We are just trying to get some stuff set up. Apologies for the delay here. I'm just going to go ahead and run through some stuff while we're waiting here.
Keep looking.
Doom, did you have a specific death animation that caused that crash that you got earlier? Miranda transformation. I do not have Miranda yet. Do I have Miranda yet? I might have Miranda. I must have Miranda. Yes. It's been so long since I've actually done anything story-wise that I just don't even remember where I am. Okay. You say Dart's transformation was giving you that crash? Are you talking about the Divine Dragoon? Because Red Eye definitely works. I've used it a bunch. That's pretty odd. Do you know the def number for Miranda's transformation? Hey Chris, welcome. Good to see you. Oh, actually, here's something else I've been working on. Kind of working towards converting the file structure into something actually useful, and in the process deduplicating a lot of files. So I've got an actual like characters folder here with the various different characters, and inside that you've got that broken down into models, sounds, and textures. You know, your combat stuff, Dragoon stuff. These files could still use a little bit of work. It's a mixture of models and animations, and we still need to do conversion. But yeah, those are the textures. I can actually open those up in a TIM viewer. Eventually we'll convert these to a normal file format, just PNG. So for example, I can drag that on there. That's Darts Dragoon texture, and then is regular texture. So this is kind of part of it's part of making the game a lot easier to mod. Uh, 4268.
I'm just going to copy the project over to Windows and load it with Windows.
Alright, fair enough. I'll just do a little bit more of this while we're getting that set up.
Let's go 400,000 files somewhere. Delete the files and then...
Yeah, you'll probably want to just not copy over the files folder and just let it unpack again.
Yeah, let me do that.
How's everyone in the chat doing today? Okay, so we've got the LMB animation here. So I need to figure out which of the three types this LMB is. LMB is one of the various animation types. Actually, I said there's three different animation types. There's the standard part transformations, which is really simple. There's LMBs and there's CMBs. But actually there's 5 kinds, because there's 3 different types of LMB animations. Because again, everything in this game has to be way harder than it needs to be. Okay, let's see. Okay, so that leads me to believe it's not type 2, because that would have to be a relative pointer, and that is misaligned. Could be type 1. It's 2C. That would put the start of the data right here. Yeah. And the transformations have a stride of 14, so that makes sense. Possible that it is type 0. I'm not sure how you could know that, Doom, when they don't have a type specifier. Stream issues. Sorry about that. The stream, well, it just stopped streaming for some reason. I think we should be good now. Everything good on the stream now? Looks like it's working. Alright, we're good. How's that going, Baldur?
It's going. For a second, it looked like it was locked up, but apparently this is work for it to do this the first time.
Oh, yeah. It's a lot of files.
It's only using 11% of my CPU, so...
Yeah, the main process, at the moment at least, only uses one thread.
Well, it's not even running like the code right now. It's seeking the Gradle build.
Oh, yeah.
I never had this build on Windows, so. But it looks like it's doing it.
Oh,
Give it a few minutes.
I forgot to put Miranda in my party. I'm gonna test the
But I
dart
do see the
transform.
icon.
Oh, that's good. Oh, this is unrelated. That's just the wrong size. I thought you were saying it was the same issue. That should fix it. And I'm gonna actually remember to put Miranda in my party this time. Yeah, got some more to-dos here. Okay, so at least I know how to get into this code block now. type 0. Okay, trying this again. OBS seemed to die again. Okay, let me see if I can figure something out here. I don't really know what is going on.
You have like the most up-to-date OBS?
Yep.
Yeah, it's weird. I never really had problems with it, but I don't stream very often.
Oh, you know what? I heard there were a lot of glitches with the new OBS update.
Hmm.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, I wonder if that is what's going on.
I'm sure there's no easy way to roll it back either. Let's find an old build.
Yeah, good luck with that. That's what you get for using up-to-date
Do you
software.
have an NVIDIA card?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, for real. You can see shadow play.
What's that?
I don't know. You can use shadow play if you have a video, but I don't know if it's going to have all the features you need.
I'm not even sure what Shadow Play is, to be honest with you.
You have the GeForce Experience thing that does all your drivers. It's got it built in. It's just like a NVIDIA's version of OBS, but
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know if that's right now is the time to experiment with it.
Yeah, yeah, we'll leave that for another day.
Let's blow this whole stream up. We're
Yeah,
gonna install Linux on a fresh hard drive. Let's let's get it all.
yeah. Oh yeah, setting up NVIDIA on Linux is also fun.
Oh yeah, did you tell? Yeah, with CUDA. Lots of fun with that.
Yeah.
Create my OneDrive for this room.
Is it still doing the Gradle setup? Is it still doing the Gradle setup? Oh, I lost Discord. Okay, there we go. Now Discord disconnected.
I think your stream is cursed.
Yeah, seriously.
Well, yeah, I think Gradle's almost done. I mean, it's like I can see the folders now. Originally, I couldn't. It was just like a gray box. So it's starting to look like IntelliJ again.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just I wonder like why it's. I feel like this could happen in like 100 milliseconds if it was using the CPU that I have installed.
Yeah, it doesn't have a lot to set up. I don't really understand what's going on.
Yeah, and I mean it's using. I mean it's using 1.5 gigs of RAM, but I've got plenty of RAM in my CPU. Like I said, it's got 20 logical cores,
Mm-hmm.
and it's using 0.1% of the overall.
Do you have the Gradle build information at the bottom or anything? Like, is it telling you what it's doing?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Boom. All right. So the only thing I got now is Java, not installed. I do have Java installed though, so I don't know why that's a problem.
You might just have to set up your SDK.
That's what it is. Yep. Okay. Okay. It says I can use the one I have on my WSL, but I don't think that's like it's in my past. But I don't know if that's gonna make it so I can't. Well, shitless. Install Windows. Okay, here we go. Okay, apparently, okay, I've got one. It's 19, but it'll work for this.
Oh yeah, that'll be fine.
It's not. Okay, right, boom. Alright. Okay, we're in business. I do have to do this all the time. I was just testing your patience.
We're good. All right. So you should be able to just start a session. It'll copy the link, and you can just send me that in a DM.
Yep. All right. So it said start session. Okay. And then.
Oh yeah, Chris, I feel you on that one. Like one of the big selling points of building a desktop is like upgradability, but every time you're ready to upgrade, you have to switch sockets, and basically you need to get a brand new everything.
All right. So you want like a read-only, edit files, full access.
Edit files.
Okay. And then start call. No.
No, don't need that.
Okay. So start session. Session copied. Send it to. Okay. All right. So DM. Let's do this. Boom. Oh, I can wave to you.
Ooh.
Alright, hopefully that is what we wanted. I'm getting another error, but I've never ran this on Windows, so that could do. Okay, unsupported Java. Use Java 17. Ah, you son of a bitch. Okay, so 19's not going to work. Let me, can I?
19 should
How
work.
quick can I install? Alright, it says it's the.
We've got other people using 19.
Yeah. This build is currently configured for 19. Oh, no, okay, here's the problem. It's 1901. No, I got that one. Oh, do I need to. Okay. Open Gradle wrapper settings.
Sure, I agree.
I wonder if it shows you, like, my whole screen. Oh, yeah, here we go. Accept. So I don't know if. Are you seeing my screen now?
I've got a full IDE. Like, I can just edit code as I please.
Oh, great. Are you not streaming the screen on Discord anymore?
Did that stop working as well? I swear to God, this stream. One sec.
Now that Drew's here, it'll all be fixed.
Yeah.
Evening. Oh, don't say that, because even though I restarted Discord, I'm still not getting the green bars around people's names properly. So I'm concerned.
Yeah, we've been having some issues.
Mercury's in microwave, so.
I thought it was Gatorade.
Oh, yeah. Okay, now I can see your screen. All right,
Yeah.
Yeah. So this I haven't unpacked the files yet, so you might want to just run the game real quick just to get it to do that.
All right.
I'm gonna. Open the darkness or. Well, okay. So yeah, if you go back into the.
Okay. Well, let me run. I think it might just need.
I think it's the JVM or the Gradle settings or something.
The run configurations I don't think are showing up properly on my end.
Yeah, they show up for me, so that's the
okay.
good part. But I mean, do you want me to? I mean, I can show you my screen, but so basically, the problem is under the build, it's saying your build is currently configured for 1901 and Gradle 7.2. So I wonder if my Gradle version is.
You should be able to just edit your Gradle settings. Oh, I can't edit your Gradle settings.
Okay, there you go. So it says distribution URL. It says 7.2. Like, oh, I wonder if it's because. No, this is Windows. Let me just reload the Gradle. See what happens. I wonder if I should just install 17.
So I think you just need to go into your Gradle settings and change the SDK that it's using. So on the right side of your screen, go to the Gradle tab.
Yep.
And there should be a settings option there. And you should be able to configure your Gradle SDK right there.
Okay. Oh, here we go. So build and run using IntelliJ or Gradle?
You want IntelliJ. It's a lot faster.
Okay. IntelliJ. Run tests using IntelliJ?
Yep.
Okay. And then use Gradle from wrapper properties file or wrapper task and Gradle?
Whatever the default is.
That's the default. Okay. So apply. And then we reload. Nah, it's still doing it. Okay. Gradle settings. You said SDK?
Yeah, I'm just popping up the settings on my end here. Yeah, so you should see Gradle JVM, very bottom thing.
Yep, I got that, and I have it under Oracle 1901.
Okay, that should be good.
Oh wait, hold on. Project. That's OpenJDK. This one. Here, I wonder if I can. There, I'll just do this. It lets me do it. Okay, it's installing through IntelliJ, so maybe it'll get the right version.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it still says startup failed. JDK 17 Windows.
Yeah, it's still saying unsupported class file version.
Installer. Here, I'm just gonna freaking install it real quick.
So what that means is that Gradle still is running on an older version of Java for some reason.
Yeah, it's weird because it's letting me. It's also interesting that like the WSL stuff is showing like it's an option, but it's not. It's Windows.
Yeah.
I'm
There is.
installing the 1705 kit right now. So.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what it's telling me to do is use 17. So maybe I just need to listen to it. I love programming.
Yeah, it's great.
Fun. Cool. All right,
Nothing bad ever happens.
I know. That's why I sleep so well at night. Okay. Wait, does that work? No, that wouldn't just work like that, would it? Oh, looks like that did it. Alright, just give it a second. Hey.
Seem to be working now.
Yeah, it's just now it's getting some more jar files. It's doing more than it did before.
That's a good sign.
I'll call that a win. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, now it's doing what it normally does. It's still indexing my videos. I'm pretty sure the people at JetBrains are actually aliens and robots.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Alright, so you should be. It looks like it's running now. You should be able to go into and just run the. You can either run the harness or run the game. But if you run the harness, the timings are going to be off with the first play, obviously. But
I don't seem to have the option to run.
well, maybe I should maybe run it one time just to see if that is what. Here, let me run it on my side and just see. So, okay. Maybe it needs to run at least one time for me before it'll run for you.
Yeah.
Corey.
What's up, Drew?
Just real quick, you said the stream dropped earlier?
Yeah. I had it actually stop streaming twice.
Did it come back by itself, or did you have to manually reinitialize anything?
I had to reinitialize it. It said the encoder timed out.
Okay. I wonder how that's going to affect the video, because it's still running off the same URL, like it's the same Devstream video on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm really not sure.
Huh. Well, that'll be a great test.
Yeah.
If anything else happens, let me know. I might be in and out with dinner, but I'll keep Discord nearby.
Yeah, I will.
All right, good luck.
Thanks.
Do I need to switch it over to Windows, or will the main just work?
Main is fine. Actually, you probably should just use main for running in the IDE. Main Windows does a bunch of super hacky stuff to make console colors work.
Oh, okay. Alright, I just had to make a new configuration. I put game Windows. I think it was using a different version of Java in the build settings.
Okay.
I'm just giving it a second. This is pre-compiled tasks. Well, if anybody wanted to learn how to use IntelliJ, it's a great stream.
Yep, we're doing it live.
Now it's using 4% of the CPU.
Wow. It's pretty weird that Gradle is taking so long to run.
Yeah, I don't know if I should abort it and try something else. It's saying 2 minutes now.
Yeah, seriously. Is it still just building?
It just says executing pre-compiled tasks. So it's not even.
Okay, so I'm seeing exactly what you are.
Okay, so you do see that. Okay, yeah. So you want me to try and abort it then, or?
You set it to build using IntelliJ, right?
Oh, you know what? Maybe I. Okay, let me look at that. So I did.
Should be somewhere in the Gradle settings, I believe.
Yeah, let me check that again real quick. Yeah, I was using IntelliJ, and then it's using 1705 AVM. Uh,
Hmm.
working directory, run on local machine. And then inside the actual like run configuration, it's showing Java 17 for the build and run. It doesn't give me an option for IntelliJ. Is that right?
Yeah, it would just be under the Gradle settings.
Okay. Yeah. So under Gradle, it does say build for IntelliJ.
Okay. Alright, I'm just going to swap back to main here, and maybe we'll just start working on that stuff on my end.
If you want, you can just copy the code off of the Git. There's only 2 classes.
Yeah, I'll swap over here and we'll see what happens.
Okay.
Executing precompile tasks. But what are the precompile tasks?
It should be the forks.
How do I look at the forks? Uh,
I'm not a huge fan of Git layout.
I don't, what the hell? Okay, there we
Uh,
go.
oh, there you go. Yeah. Alright, flag X. And then it's just the 2 classes in the test folder under source or SRC.
I'm going to create a pull request back to the main repo.
Okay. Shouldn't be any experimental code that's on Git right now. Should be. That's good. Yeah, it keeps trying to build the WSL environment. It's so weird. Not in WSL.
That is really weird. I wonder if that's why it's going so slow or something?
Yeah. Maybe it has to like try before it realizes it's not gonna work. Even though I set the JVMs for the Windows, not the. Oh, who knows?
Hmm. Okay, I can start working on some of the interactivity stuff here. So you're going to need to be able to detect which menu is open for one thing.
And like potentially what item I'm selecting in the menu, stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay, so I think we'll create an enum for menu ID. And need an abstract method here. Main menu, not main men.
Sounds like a TV show.
Alright. That should be all of them, I think. Oops, I missed the abstract keyword. Okay. So you'll definitely need a method for accessing the screen that's on the top of the stack. So that's going to let you
So I was
do...
trying to get into the peak, but I wasn't working when I was doing it. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So you'll be able to go into menu stack.getTop, and then from there you'll be able to call menu ID, I think it was. Yeah, menu ID, and that'll give you basically that enumeration.
Okay.
Tell you which one you're on. Um,
Yes, that's perfect. I can use that because the top is all I need for what I'm currently on. So I wouldn't have to do anything else, right?
yeah. So we'll also need like a selected control, I think.
Like selected menu item.
Yeah, to say like what thing is currently being interacted with. So that might be like the saved game entry, or like this is a bit complicated because there's a lot of layers to some of the menus. For example, like shop, where there's the top level where you're selecting whether you want to buy or sell. If you click sell, then you can choose item or equipment. When you buy something, then it switches context into who you want to buy the equipment for.
Well,
this might take a
I
little bit
wonder
of experimenting to get right.
Yeah, I wonder, if I even need that then? If I've got the, I guess I don't know if when you switch from one menu to the next menu item, like selection, it doesn't just change the stack, I'm guessing.
Not within the same menu, or not within the same screen rather. Message boxes are their own screen.
Well, I wonder, I could probably script, like, that's pretty predictable. I can script that. Like, if I know I'm going into a certain menu, I know what actions, like I need to go down and then press X or whatever.
In this case, it's actually, at least for now, going to be all mouse control.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Robot does support that, but I'll have to do I'll have to add some methods for mouse control.
Okay. I still need to add, I need to add keyboard support back.
Yeah, I had to figure out how I'd approach the mouse control too, because I guess again it could just be coordinates. I'd have to go in and mess around with that more.
Yeah, I think that's probably the only option, at least for now. The current menu code, a lot of it's rewritten, but it still uses most of the original rendering code. And they don't have things split up into controls. It's all just, like render this texture at this location, and it just uses raw coordinates for everything.
Well, I mean, I think that I can make progress with this at least if I know which menu I'm in.
Yeah.
And then from there I can just script in the coordinates. Like it's not like the menus change shape or size.
Yeah, yeah. We will be redoing most of the menus, render at higher resolution, and just kind of modernize them, but that's not going to happen right away.
Right. By then, I'm sure we'll have solved the reason that it was necessary to do that to begin with. So, okay. Yeah, it looks like my Gradle's not going to build. It's trying to be WSL because it's done.
Yeah, it says preparing WSL build environment. What is up with that?
Yeah, because I'm running off the C drive. I didn't open up a WSL remote connection. I just opened the project. Maybe because I copied the project instead of cloning it.
Yeah, I'm really not sure. That's super weird. But oh well, we can make some progress on at least my end of this here.
Right.
So yeah, I'm just trying to think. I think you'll need to be able to read what state the menus are in. But each menu will have a different enum, so we'll need to use a generic here. which does mean I'm going to need to change the way a few of the menus work, but I think that'll probably be best. So the way that the menus work right now is so they've got a bunch of different states they can be in. For example, like let's take a look at the use item screen here. State 0 is the initialization. So this will happen the first frame. It'll start the fade in, it'll reset all the variables, and then it increments the loading stage, which is the state, so that the next frame it'll run the next one. The next one kind of sets up all the things that it can render, and then on the third frame it will be in state 2, which is the actual renderer, and it'll sit in this state until something else happens, like user input. When the player clicks on an item to use, then it will transition into state 3, which is to select which character you want to use the item on. And after that, it will transition back into state 2, which is the standard state. And then the fade out state, like when the user presses the escape button, it switches to state. I just used 100, so it was, a predictable value. And that will start the unload of that menu. So I think it'll be very important for you to be able to read what state the menu is in, so you can know, like, am I in like the regular part of the menu? Am I in the part where I'm supposed to be selecting a character to use the item on? Does that make sense?
Yep. Yep. So, as it stands right now, you don't have an easy way to do that?
Yeah, I'm just going to create an enum for each of the screens. So that'll be like, so yeah, basically you'll be able to call the get state, and then you'll get back like one of these, for example, for this menu.
Okay. Like I can load that and then use that to inform like different parts of the logic then.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, cool. Well, it gives me a good jumping off point to just get a class put together to kind of handle all that, getting the information, and then I'm trying to keep it clean as possible. And I'm not even sure I want the scripting in the main harness class yet, but for now that's where I got it.
Yeah, yeah. Select character, select item, unload. Already messed that up. Alright. Unit 2. am I? Yeah, I am doing this backwards. My bad. That one's right. That one's right. That one, wait, no, it's not right. Went back to fix it, continued doing it backwards.
Third time's the charm.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm working on 5 hours of sleep all week, so
Yeah, yeah. Okay, that is correct now. Okay. I will be back in 2 seconds. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that.
welcome back.
Thank you. Um, I'm trying to decide if you're going to need something like which menu item is selected and stuff like that, or if you can just kind of assume what's selected based on what buttons you've pressed.
That's, I mean, yeah, I think I can work with that right now. If I
Yeah.
know it's green one, you know, I can still have some level of handwritten, you know, like I have to know how many up and down or move the mouse or whatever to get to a certain thing.
Yeah, I think we can probably work with this for now, and if it's an issue, then we'll look into improving it. I definitely don't want to like over-engineer anything here.
Yeah, absolutely.
This one's kind of already half set up for this. This screen's a bit more complex. When I first started looking into the menu code, it floored me. All of the menus in the game are handled in one single method, in one gigantic switch case. Yeah,
Oh,
that
God.
one method was something like 4,000, 5,000 lines long.
Why? See, that's like sounds like in Python it wouldn't even have a method. It would just be raw code sitting in the file.
Yeah, yeah.
That makes me sick.
It literally took me like 3 weeks to reverse engineer that one method.
Yeah, that's like god level coding, by the way.
It was it was a nightmare.
I'm also not convinced that you're not an alien as well. But yeah, oh yeah, just kidding.
No, I'm just way too stubborn to stop.
Yeah. I feel that.
So what else? What else do you think you'll need?
So, like the first tests I'm going to be running are obviously making sure the game just launches, which I don't need anything for that. Getting through loading the new game just to make sure that's always working, and then it's going to be loading any number of. I think at first I thought we were talking about save files, but now you're talking about loading actual game states. So I know there's a tool,
Oh,
a dev tool.
sorry.
But
When I was talking about game states, I didn't actually mean like loading save states.
okay.
We can force the engine into some game states, like we can start encounters at any time, for example. Have you seen the dev tools?
Yeah, I saw that as far as like starting a random battle and working around the maps and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna fire up into the debug tools here real quick.
Okay. Because my thought would be then if I had like a set of save files, for lack of a better phrasing, to like always have the same thing to pull every time to
Mm.
test known states of the game where we know there's problems, but throwing stuff out there.
Yeah, so we'll definitely want to have like specific save games that are bundled in with the testing code. In
Test
terms of dev tools right now, so we've got combat encounters, so we can start any encounter that we want. And recently, Zychronics actually added map warping as well.
Yeah, I saw that. Yep, it's really cool.
Yeah, so you can grab the current map ID with the get button, and then, you know, like if we were to come over to this screen and then warp back, it didn't like that because I think I was out of bounds there, but anyway.
Oh, okay. Well,
Um,
I wonder if I could like set up like one of the tests could be just to run through all the maps and just work to each one of those to make sure that doesn't break each
mm,
time. Is that unreasonable or?
yeah, it will be a little slightly more complex than just like starting at 0 and going up, because there are certain maps that are like well, some of them are debug maps. Some of them just straight up crash, which isn't like it's not a decomp thing. It's just the game, like the retail game will do that too. So we'll have to blacklist some of them, but yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Yeah, so we can do that, and then maybe start. It's something that's automated. Like it almost seems like I could just like if we want to do like every battle that we can. I don't know if we necessarily want to run through each battle all the way through, or if we could do that at hyper speed. Notice when the frame rate is up, it goes a lot quicker. But otherwise, just seeing if they load and then closing it and then opening up a new thread for the next one or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
that's probably a good idea too. Um, we can force specific random seeds too. Um, So yeah, if we did that, I think we'd probably be able. I'm not 100% sure, um, but we should be able to create predictable battles as well.
But yeah, I imagine, like, I guess, like, the three main goals, if I'm looking at the actual scope of the harness, is, you know, one, having specific game saves that we can go through a series of events just to make sure that always works. Another part of the harness that we, because these don't have to run all at once. Like, they can, you know, if we put them into GitHub actions, we can do them one at a time, or if they can run them in parallel. I don't know how. I never really used actions, to be honest with you. One that just loads all the different warp states that aren't blacklisted to make sure they load. You know, and if any sort of crashes or failures, we'll just come back and give us a report.
Mm-hmm.
And then something to do with the actual battles. You're saying we can actually get predictable, like, specific examples that we can, in a test environment, we'll know it's going to be the same every time, so that it'll actually accurately tell us if it passed or failed.
Yeah, we can set specific seeds for the random number generators.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, we'd be able to actually, like, basically force the same battle every time.
The one issue with warping is that you actually need a map of valid coordinates, because otherwise you'll get stuck quite often.
Right. Yeah. Well.
It's fun to have a map where there's an actual walkable area that you can TP to. You'll be stuck because it's like actually just a little spot. It's randomly walkable, other than it being an intended area.
Gotcha.
For example, in one of the maps in Helena, you can just stand in one of the balconies, but because, like, you're kind of standing on top of some kind of collider or whatever.
But you can't move you can't move out of that. Is what you're saying?
Yeah, you can't move. You can't really do anything.
Oh, okay. I wonder. So I'm guessing right now the warp tool is just warps to the map. It doesn't allow you to enter coordinates. Is that right?
Yeah. It warps. It just warps to the map. It doesn't do anything with X, Y, and Z.
Well, I wonder, maybe I can just hold off on that feature, and then at some point, if that tool supports coordinates, then we can just have those for each warp.
And some of the maps are dedicated to certain cutscenes, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff like that. And if you just TP to the wrong one, you get a crash.
Well, what I would probably do is try and script it so that I'm only doing specific ones that we know we actually want. You know.
Yeah, for sure.
I think we only really need ones with specific triggers, like the Wingly teleports and whatnot.
Yeah, I think you're probably right there. There's certain things that are unique to some maps. Like you said, the Wingly teleporters. Another one is maps that have certain weather effects, like the glacier snow.
Maybe some of it could be Ulara, the day/night changing depending on which side you enter it from.
Yeah.
Could be interesting.
Let's say Furry.lol. Is that
Fernie LOL? I can't remember who this list came from. I think it might have actually been you, Lepre.
No, that's not the Zychronics.
Okay, well, we're gonna find out what 335 LOL means.
I'm worried.
Alright, let's see. Oh. That was interesting.
That's a feature.
That was okay. We're going. Okay. Yep. We are going.
You're officially a boat.
We are a boat. Oh, we can't transition to the next map here. That was unexpected.
It's the greatest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I never thought I'd see this game being able to get screwed around like this. I love it.
I think LOL is a completely valid description of that.
Yeah. Alright. Taking a screenshot of that. Gonna tag Drew. That's great. That's hilarious.
It needs to be like a GIF, just him hovering down.
Yeah. Let's see what this one is. Glitched. We've reached the screwing around part of the stream. It just crashes. That's no fun.
I think we started with the best one.
Yeah. I wonder if there's anything else here. Thank you very much, Clay. Thank you for the kind words.
Like the description, what's wrong with this scene?
Yeah, that threw me for a loop for a second, but I guess that's probably the minigame area in Lohan.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god, all the Desert Frontier maps. Anything up here? Basil demo. Let's check that out.
Isn't that the painter room? I remember something about the demo being there.
What was it? 58.
Wait a second. Was the merchant in the painter's house without the painter being there?
That was interesting. And yes, I think you're right. I have never seen that before. Okay, what is hashtag Basil? Oh, okay. Well, this isn't very exciting. I think hashtag Basil might have just been a typo.
Yeah.
Not documented before this point. Is this a map that is not actually used in-game? No. Must be in Nest of Dragon. Okay, not as interesting as it sounded. What is Monster Conquest?
That's not the games, is it?
I don't know.
Minigames?
It's not with the other ones.
Oh,
I
yeah,
guess it is. Kansas question mark. Okay. Kind of odd that it teleported us right to this spot here. Oh wait, that was 182. That was the one that said glitched. I wonder what makes it glitched. Maybe it's only glitched in retail and works in the decomp. Let's try 188.
Okay, so if you're teleporting in the 7 chains, it actually works a little different an actual than the teleport via the if you use memory hacks to teleport.
Does it?
Some of the scenes in 7 chains, it seems to skip some of the triggers for some reason, while in 7 chains just gets straight into the map.
I think we're missing a couple of things here.
Oh.
Yep.
A good one.
This one is only for the scene when you enter is it for the first time into Leningrad?
Okay.
With the sacred sisters or like whatever.
Alright, I think that's all the interesting ones. And now just for fun. Oh, okay. Oh, that crashed because I have files unpacked from a newer version. That would have been a Melbu-Frama fight in the middle of wherever the hell we were. Crystal Palace. But, anyway. Although the Melbu fight does not work at all if you just start it randomly.
Yeah, it's one of the fights that you need to be on specific map for it to work.
Yeah.
Assume some of the assets are preloaded from the submap or something like that.
Yeah. Well, anyway, that was interesting. Yeah, Baldur, did you have anything else that you wanted to talk about with the test harness?
No, I just wanted to make sure I had the right classes to be okay. So it was under screens, the menus. What'd you call it? The inventory, and too many items. So that the 2 screens you edited.
I'll be editing all of the menus to add the state variables to them.
Cool.
And I'll push that when I finish it and let you know.
And it's just in Java you can use a get action or something to pull the state. I can Google a lot of this. I'm still learning Java, but
yeah. So here I'll show you kind of what it'd be like. So you got menu stack, which is an S item. And then you can call get top, and then that's got menu ID and get state.
Yeah. Okay, that's easy.
So you are going to have to do something like switch menu ID, and then what's one that I converted? this one? Yes, use item screen. So case, use item, and then in order to get the correct type for the state variable, you'll have to cast it. So it'd be like use item screen equals use item screen, and then you'll be able to do use item screen dot get state. Although state needs to return the actual. Wait, no, that is right. Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so.
And then you can switch on that state as well if you, or do whatever.
So I might be using Python terminology, but it looks like the final are you creating an object there? Is that what you're doing?
Final is just a keyword that makes the variable read only. So it can't be changed once it's created.
So, okay, so you're just saving a variable as whatever that method is.
Yeah. So I'm casting. You don't really have casting as such in Python because Python's loosely typed. Here we're taking the get top returns the generic menu screen object, and then we've got all of the screens like use item screen which extend that. Are you familiar with extending classes?
Yeah, you're talking about like inherit.
Inheritance, exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
The use item screen is a subclass of, or it inherits menu screen.
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
So we're basically just checking to see which menu it is, so that we can cast it to the correct class.
And the use item screen is the methods with the capital, and then you make the actual variable name the lowercase.
Yes, this is the class name.
Okay. Right. Okay. That's I just making sure I got that right because some of the stuff I've learned, but not much. Okay. So then you've got the variable, and then you can use that.
Yeah. So we do like if state equals use item screen dot state dot select item, then click on what item to use.
Okay. Yeah, that's simple. That's way closer to things that I know about. Awesome.
Yeah. So this is going to make it a lot easier, I think.
Yeah. I'm no decomper.
And I mean, I'm always in the modding channel, so.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll be bugging you, but what's interesting to me is like this is the first time I swapped languages since I started code. Seeing how many of the ideas are the same, it's just the implementation is a little different.
Yeah. It's for the most part switching languages is just kind of syntax, and then there's minor differences here and there. Going between like Python as a scripting language with loose typing to like a compiled language like Java with strong typing is a bit more of a leap, because you don't really have to think about types in Python at all.
Yeah, and I kind of knew that already. I listen to a lot of podcasts in my downtime just to try and get more knowledge. But my first week in Java was hell. But I got past most of that initial. Actually, I like it a lot. It's really cool what you can do with it.
Yeah, for sure.
I like Java. At least it makes sense. I'm doing a lot of work in SQL now, and I just hate it.
Oh, God, have mercy.
I would take SQL over Java every single microsecond of my life.
Yeah, I do a lot of SQL at work.
I do some work with some with a REST API that does all that shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm the one that ends up implementing the APIs, so.
Yeah, you're the. That makes sense.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing too. Like my boss, who's like not technical, and he was like, "Oh, why don't you just use an API?" And I'm like, I'm the one who has to like create everything for it.
Okay, first question. Do you know what an API is?
Yeah, right.
Second question, can we
like
get a full
Facebook.
text search on this database?
Oh,
Yeah.
Facebook is an API. There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, well, yeah, I'll definitely be working on this. I just onboarded my first partner, so I haven't been sleeping. But at the time that I do have in my spare time, I'm working on this just to get my mind off everything else. So it's actually a good time.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. Well, yeah, like I said, I'm usually around, so any questions that you got, you know where to go.
Sounds good to me. I gotta hop on another call here pretty soon. Is there anything else you wanted to go over? Hop out.
No, I think we're almost at the 2-hour mark, so I think we'll probably wrap it up here.
Sounds great to me. Thank you very much for the time on that. It helps tremendously.
Yeah, of course. And yeah, thank you to Zach and Vorthod for subscribing to my Ko-fi account. Anyone who is interested in either subscribing or just sending donations can go to ko-fi.com/monoxide. And I will see everyone at the normal live stream on Friday.